all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha, and Dash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kiaman. It's another article, going into the gradualism, the gradual process of Esau's great NWO reset. Okay, because what we are looking at, what the great reset, what the NWO, the New World Order really is, it is what the scriptures have prophesied about concerning the end game, the final goal of Esau Edom. Okay, which is basically going into, the MOTB, and he's going into, his rulership, okay, because you should already know who Esau and the so-called white man is, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And basically, the scriptures tell you what Esau's end goal is, and let's go and get that. The reason why you have the Great Reset, the reason why you have the NWO, the reason why all these things are happening is because Esau Edom, the so-called white man that is ruling over the earth, he has a goal. He has basically, yeah, he has a goal. Okay, he has something that he wants to accomplish, which is written in the book of Second Esdras 2 verse 3. It's like Second Thessalonians 2 verse 3. It's like because in Second Esdras is a heavily prophetic book, so you think about prophecies and you think about Esau Edom, you are going to different precepts, and one of them, in fact, the most prolific one in the book, in the Apocrypha, okay, and in the scriptures as a whole, is the book of Second Esdras, and also the book of the Maccabees, which is why they removed the Apocrypha from the 1611 King James Bible, because the information in there was too, basically the information inside the Apocrypha was too powerful, okay, to allow Esau's kingdom to stand. And you can clearly see that with the men of the Lord bringing out this information, you can see how this kingdom is gradually falling apart. But, right now, what we're talking about is the extra level, okay, the extra layer to this kingdom, the extra layer to prophecy, which is what Esau is going to do and fail to accomplish, of course, or the plans of Esau Edom for the future that will eventually fail, because the end of all of the plans of Esau for the concerning the Great Reset, concerning the New World Order, concerning his eventual enterprise, okay, that it will all come to naught. But we still must report about it and expose these devils and warn our people of what they are trying to do, so that you will not be ignorant of Satan's devices, as the scriptures say, and you will know exactly what your enemy is up to. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God seated in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And basically Esau Edom's plan is to show himself as the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why in the book of Job 9 verse 24, and also in the book of the First Maccabees, it tells you about how Esau Edom changed the images of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and made it like corruptible man, which is basically made it like Esau Edom, made it a leprous skin, because his ultimate goal is to be a power, to be the Most High on the earth, to be worshipped as the Most High on the earth. And that is what the NWO and the Great Reset is also going into, because Esau's ultimate intention is to rule over the whole earth as the Most High, because he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to sit on the same position, the same office as the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He wants to be a power as well. But that destiny, okay, or that lot was not promised to you Edomites, but it was promised to the elect of the nation of Israel, and of course the nation of Israel as a whole through the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay. But these devils, they still want to exalt themselves above Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and that's why, now going back to the article, that is why you are seeing this gradual, slow riding process leading to the eventual, slow digitalization of the entire, of all the infrastructures, okay, of all the different, day-to-day activities and transactions that go on the earth. And here is one of them. Governments back a global digital ID framework. Here is why. And even the idea of a regular ID identification aside from digital ID, what it is basically is slave papers, okay? Because all your ID means, IDs, licenses, and any other form of identification, all this means is that you're identifying who owns you, okay, or who you belong to, and that's why you have ID cards. That's why when you're in a company, right, you have your company ID cards. They're basically showing who your slave masters are. That's why when you have a license, that's why you have a driver's license, you have a birth certificate. It all goes back to all your formal forms of identification. It goes back to you being in captivity. And that's to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, people that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, you heathen, and even you lower level Edomites as well. You all are a part of this captivity, which is being shown, okay, or rather which you use all these IDs, passports, so on and so forth to identify who owns you or who you belong to. So now what Esau Edom is trying to do is he's trying to digitize this identification, okay, so that to be, and the reason why he's doing that is to grant him more control, because one of the major things that you always see anybody that goes against Esau's digital any form of the agenda of the Great Reset or the MOTB, what they'll tell you concerning this whole digitalization is that it gives these devils more control over your life, okay? So once you have the digital ID, they can track you even more efficiently than they would if you had, say, a cell phone. Because at the end of the day, they're not tracking you, the individual, but they're tracking is the cell phone that is attached to you. So if you leave your phone in your house and you go out, get something and come back, Issa doesn't. Issa don't know about that. Unless he has cameras, of course. That's a whole other thing. Consider that's a whole other thing. But Issa doesn't know about that. Because what they're tracking is the cell phone. So what they want to do is that they want to put the tracker in you. Okay, a thing inserted, which leads us to the reason why I'm bringing out this article right here, or I'm reading into it, because you would think, what does the digital ID have to do with prophecy? What does the digital ID have to do with this truth? Well, it has everything to do with the truth, because you have to understand gradualism, which is which is something that Esau is using, man. Copied right from the scripts of the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, and these devils are using it right now. I have to understand gradualism and how these things are connected. Okay, the digital ID is a framework that is going to be used to push the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, which is the implantable microchip. Because what Esau is trying to do is, and of course, we read it in this article, so I can get a better understanding on it. So here we go. From smart devices to biometric data, digital ID technologies are flourishing, and with them the prospect of more inclusive economic growth. So as usual, they will open their mouth and promise great things, inclusive economic growth. Even if you go into it, that probably has no meaning at all. It makes the meaning makes no sense or anything like that. But this is what Esau does. He'll promise you great things that, oh, so many good things will happen from surrendering like this, okay, or from following his wicked agenda. When at the end of the day, the only part that it leads to is destruction. And we'll do another video about that, showing you that the plans of Esau Edom always leads to your destruction, okay? Follow Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Worship the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, okay? For the testimony of your Lord Yahushai, the spirit of prophecy. Continuing on, a third of Estonian voters cast their votes online using digital ID to confirm their identity. In India, citizens can use biometric-enabled digital ID technology to verify their identity when accessing support services such as food banks in remote areas of the country. Meanwhile, citizens in Malta use digital IDs to create digital signatures to secure their online transactions. So once again, a promise of great things. O is for security. O is for, you know, O is for ease of access to confirm your identity online, sharp, sharp. O is for, O is for O is for accessing different services quick and easy, right? But let's continue reading on. Promising you great things with this digital ID, but they won't tell you, the major parts of this technology. They won't tell you that it comes with, you know, an implantable C hip, and that implantable C hip happens to be, something that the scriptures warns you not to receive. And they also won't tell you that, the implantable C hip is actually mandatory. So you must receive it, because they'll come out with this technology and act like, well, if you want to use it, you can. If you don't really want to, you won't. But in all actuality, they are going to force this on all the inhabitants of the earth. Now, continuing on, it is estimated that 3.2 billion of the world's 7.6 billion inhabitants have used some form of digital identity. However, only recently have we seen the introduction of technologies to truly protect the security and privacy of citizens. And this is what they will sell you with: security and privacy. But let me just bust your bubble here, okay? As an expert in computer technology, right, in IT, I can assure you that there is no such thing as privacy on the internet, okay? There's no such thing as privacy as long as you go online. Your data is out there for everybody to see. And there is no encryption that can't be cracked. There is no, there is no VPN, right? And then no network that can be tunneled through. Okay, there is no such thing as privacy on the internet as long as you turn on your data, you turn on your Wi-Fi, and you go online. Okay, you are moving your data out of what is really private, which is your own local memory, and sending it into a server. It is no longer safe. But continuing on, the mass deployment of secure digital ID is becoming a reality, but globally, there are discrepancies in the rates at which countries are adopting the technology, says Steve Warney, Senior Director of Product Marketing at HID. There have been huge projects such as Andhar in India, but the level of adoption is more varied around the world because of social and political issues, he explains. So one of the goals of Esau Edom, we are going back to your ID 2020, right? Well, it's being moved to ID 2023, if I remember correctly. Because right now, the big major thing is, getting everybody online, making everything digitized, and then presenting you with this digital ID, your pathway to this new digitized world. But wait, in the background, what's this? This technology right here that is super convenient. I use it to open my car. I use it to open my door. I use it to unlock my door. I use it to unlock my phone. I use it to unlock so many other things. Okay. This implantable technology right here, this RFID microchip that I implant in my right hand, and I use it to unlock and open and for ease of access of so many things. And now it comes with a patch that includes my digital ID. So now I can also secure myself online. So that I also have extra security, once again, security, ease of access and services, so on and so forth. That is always the promise that Esau will use to sell to you people out here, from the Patriot Act to the jabs and now to this as well. So most likely the next major event will be a cyber, there's something along the lines of maybe a major, maybe a major event concerning the internet, concerning the web, because slowly but surely we are seeing more and more that no information can be hidden on the internet. As long as the internet exists, no information can be hidden, because the most how about Shan Yasha is using the internet to expose Esau Edom every single day. Not a day goes by that you don't see one new expose on Esau Edom. And this is, and it even gets redundant so much that you could go a whole month doing the exact same expose on Esau Edom every single day. Okay, but so like I was saying, you could go every single day for months doing the exact same expose on Esau Edom, and the new thing right now is to try to you know create this to create this to create a framework to get everybody on this digital ID. But I want to continue reading, Sha. And you see right here in this is in one of the highlighted texts. Many people don't trust the technology and don't want to feel that they are being tracked, which of course they are. But when Esau is trying to sell you something, he won't really tell you all those things that would feed your fears, okay, or it won't really it won't really give you the 100% truth, okay, rather deceit in order to get you to be hooked into it. Okay, the concept has gained significant traction in recent years, and governments globally are on the principle of major adoption. McKinsey estimates that some countries could see between a 3 to 13% growth in GDP by unlocking the potential of digital IDs. So why the wait? Paper-based processes have been around for centuries, and they work. With this impetus for governments and businesses to optimize traditional verification processes has been lacking. But digital transformation is booming, and extended political and economic instability means there is no time to embrace efficiency and cost cutting like the present. And once again, the scripture, as the scripture say, promises you great things. It's more efficient, it's more better, it's more efficient, it's better, it's easier, it's more convenient, so on and so forth. And they will, they will, basically, they will deceive you with promises of making your life easier. That's the whole point. That's what these devils do. Now to push their wickedness, they always call, they always um deceive our people. They always deceive the people of this world with bread and circuses. Because that's all this is. This is the agenda of Esau Edom every day, all day. But now this is the book of Revelation 13, verse 16, and it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And this is what it is eventually leading to: the MOTB, your digital ID, okay, your contactless payments, okay, so on and so forth. Every other thing that Esau does in order to go you into being, in order to go you into using online services, okay, all these online services and so on and so forth. And I'm trying to think of other examples right now off the top of my head, but I can't really get into it. But you get the point ultimately. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Also, your neural link, brain link technology, right? Metaverse as well, or VR headsets, even AI. In the recent years, man, it's only been, I think it's just been like in the past 3 years, you've seen how AI has exploded in popularity. And the reason why is because it's also all leading to this MOTB eventually. And you can see an example of that in the movie Implanted. Brother put that up and said that, brother put up a video, said that we have to watch that movie Implanted. I decided to go into it and watch it. The spirit didn't really hit me to do a video, but eventually, even AI is going to be used and implemented with the MOTB, because this is all part of the end game of Esau Edom. So be aware, be warned, okay? Whether you hear of or be warned of this devil and their agenda, and put your eye, so basically mark him, okay? Put that scope on these devils and watch for what they are going to do next, so that you will not be taken by surprise. So with that, I'll end the video right there. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Racha, Kwadash, Wa, Abad, Baba, and through the Spirit, I hope you are came and you are qualified, edified. Shalom.